Melania Trump has been basically non-existent from her husband's second term in office. She has spent most of her time either in New York or Florida, and only occasionally pops up, to remind us that, wow, she really hates her husband and is not good at any of this job of being First Lady. But she's been in the news a couple times this week for some pretty nasty stuff. Both of them involving lawsuits, but she's only named as the defendant in one of those lawsuits. The first lawsuit, of course, the one in which she is named, has been filed by author Michael Wolff, who, of course, is Donald Trump's least favorite author, a guy he attacks all the time. And recently, Melania Trump had her lawyer, Alejandro Brito, who's also serving as one of Trump's lawyers, threaten to sue Michael Wolff because of things he suggested about Melania's history with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, he didn't say those things as statements of fact. He did suggest, of course, that Melania was more involved with Epstein than people may realize. It kind of got into some gray area where he did make some speculation, but again, didn't say anything as a statement of fact. Now, the problem is Melania had her lawyer, Brito, come out and threaten a $1 billion lawsuit against Michael Wolff, saying, if you don't shut up and retract what you already said, we're going to sue you for $1 billion. And Michael Wolff decided, you know what? That is a slap suit. You are basically trying to curtail my First Amendment rights by threatening me into submission. And Wolff, being in New York, where they have very strong anti-slap lawsuits available, decided, I'm going to sue you instead. And he did. And this week, Wolff filed a $1 billion lawsuit against the First Lady of the United States for threatening to sue him. Here is what Wolff said. These threatened legal actions are designed to create a climate of fear in the nation so that people cannot freely or confidently exercise their First Amendment rights. The threats are also intended to shut down legitimate inquiry into the Epstein matter, which the Trumps and their collaborators have at every turn sought to impede and suppress. The lawsuit alleges that Melania's threat of legal action against the author is intended to impede and chill future reporting and writing that Mr. Wolff has committed to doing regarding Epstein, Mr. Trump, and Mrs. Trump, excuse me. So $1 billion because you decided to act like your husband and like, oh, if you don't stop talking about me, I'm going to sue you. And Wolff's like, bring it. I'm going to go ahead and hit you first. And let's see how you like it. Because I believe he's right. They threatened the lawsuit so he'd shut up, basically curtailing his First Amendment rights. So good on Wolff for filing this lawsuit. Now, the other lawsuit, Melania Trump is, of course, not a defendant, but it still involves her deeply. Because the second lawsuit that was revealed this week is the lawsuit against the creators of the Melania Trump meme coin, that, by the way, has lost more than 95% of its value and is now trading at 10 cents per coin. So it's totally worthless now. And that is exactly what the investors in the coin are suing over. They're alleging that the creators of this meme coin, Benjamin Chow and Hayden Davis, effectively ran what's called a pump and dump scheme, which is where you take an investment item, a meme coin, anything like that, an NFT, and you hype it up, you get somebody like Melania Trump to slap her name on it. Suddenly it becomes a hot commodity at first. So the value of it, the price of it goes sky high. That's the pump. Then you got to have the dump. The dump is the initial creators sell all of theirs at that very high price. As soon as it hits that peak, they all sell, they make out like bandits. Everybody else is left holding the bag. And it's at that point they realize, well, wait a minute. If nobody else is willing to buy these things, it actually has zero value. The value is $0. Or in this case, I guess technically 10 cents. But these people bought in for hundreds per coin. and now it's worth a dime. So yeah, they're pretty pissed off. But again, they're not naming Melania Trump in the lawsuit. They said that she was simply window dressing for a crime engineered by Chow and Davis. So, bad week for Melania Trump and anything with Melania's name on it. And I hope both Wolf and the Melania meme coin investors prevail in their lawsuit. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.